Welcome back. Well, we have Jeff Parker here who's going to give us an update. Wow, we've got quite a situation right next door to us here. So tell us a little bit about some things that are going on.
Well, good morning, Lisa.
Good morning.
Unfortunately, for our community, and something that's very scary and concerning to our community is that we were notified on Tuesday, Wednesday by the city, who partners with us on a lot of activities, that the county, without notifying either the village or the city, had entered into a lease agreement with the Ayers Hotel to house homeless individuals in isolation that are either have contracted COVID-19 or are showing symptoms of COVID-19.
Right.
And their attempt is to meet a state order that came out of the governor's office down to the county that they needed to reduce the population at the various homeless shelters and ensure people that are homeless on the street don't contract other people. So they want to separate them. So their ideas was to find some hotels in Orange County that would be willing to lease themselves back to the county for this type of operation.
Right.
And unfortunately, we found out at a very late date by the county's notification to the city that the Ayers Hotel was on one of these facilities.
Right. And you know, there was a huge protest yesterday. I mean, many of the residents, they were sitting in their cars, they were honking their horns. I mean, what an uproar. We have 18,000 or more residents who are 55 and over, and many of them are of high risk.
That's exactly right. As soon as we found out, and working with the city, we took their press release and modified it, and we sent out a notice to everybody that has an email address in the village. So obviously we got the notice out and wanted to make sure everybody was aware of it so that they could call Supervisor Lisa Bartlett's office, or call the Ayers office if they knew that number, or call the county in general. So that is being done. Congratulations to our community, and I just want to keep saying, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. We want to put the pressure on them because it is not the right location. We went on television with some of the crews that were down here. Yesterday's activity was great, trying to get the message. It's not that you don't need to do this. We understand that that's an issue for the county to handle, but not in the middle, right in the middle of the most at-risk community in all of Orange County.
Exactly.
This is 18,800 residents here that are all in the category that we're talking about with regards to the most high risk. It's just ludicrous. It's just idiotic that they would put it here. They can have all the safeguards they want to say. It's not a prison. They call it a lockdown facility, but it's not a prison. So a person could walk out of there, and that is the problem. And you also have healthcare workers. They're going to be there. You have security people there. We don't know where these individuals are going to go after work. And so the potential is there, and that potential is what shouldn't be in this community.
Exactly. So what happens now going forward? I'm sure you guys have been in contact with the correct legislature people. I mean, tell me what has been done now. So
the first thing we did was we put a message into Lisa Bartlett's office. We also then communicated that day. We talked to our Assemblywoman, Ms. Norris, and we told her. So she was able to line us up with a telephonic communication with the CEO of the county and his staff who are dealing with the homeless directly. So that conversation was interesting because they kind of walked us through how they had sent out a notice of how it was going to operate. And Chris Macon and I were on the phone call, and we kept kind of saying, well, you said you're working in partnership with the city, and in fact, you didn't call the city. You didn't even call the village. So why are you saying you're working in partnership with us? And then we went through and said, well, this isn't a true statement. First, the word was that it was only going to be for South Orange County, so that comment was made. Well, it's not. It's for, they need to empty up their homeless shelters. There aren't a lot of homeless shelters in South Orange County, so you know that means that they're going to bring people here from other parts of the county. Again, one is too many in this location. It isn't the amount, because the location is the wrong place. And I want to
Exactly.
keep reiterating that. They could have found a better location. They still can find a better location.
Okay.
One of the things that we found out that we are continuing to ask the county is, they said they had 3 or 4 hotels and 2 or 3 of them dropped out, and it was kind of like the Ayers was the only one left. And that to me begs to, well, how did you go about setting this criteria up? How many beds at a hotel were you looking at? How many hotels were you looking at?
Right.
Or did you find somebody who was willing to do it and you just said, we're going with that one and forget the rest?
Right.
I think
Right.
that's what happened. I also think that they separated them out within the county supervisoral districts, which is often what they do in these kind of situations with regards to the homeless shelters. But that doesn't mean that's the best thing. If they're talking about it needs to be close to medical facilities and all that, why doesn't Irvine have one? There's more medical facilities in the Irvine area, and yet they're not. There's no hotel in Irvine that could meet this criteria. That seems a
Gotcha.
little suspect.
Right, right. What would you like our residents to do?
I think our residents just need to be vigilant as they have been. The protest was great yesterday. Keep calling the supervisor's office.
Okay.
Keep calling Ayers Corporation if you have that number, and if you don't, we'll make sure you have it. But certainly the supervisor's office. She made a comment, she made a press release that it's the EOC. The EOC is part of the county. It's not a separate agency. It works under the guise of the county. They have different authorities, but at the end of the day, if the supervisors want to do this differently, they can make it happen.
Okay.
And so that's how we need to work through this. The city and Laguna Woods Village are looking at every opportunity that we can to fight this, including looking at our legal options and what they are.
Okay.
So we are taking that evaluation as we speak right now,
Okay.
and working on that over the weekend. And we will be able to come back on Monday and probably provide you with more updates on where we're at.
All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and show that number again. We are looking at, write this down, 714-834-3550. Pick up that phone and give her office a call as many times as you need to. And also email her at lisa.bartlett@ocgov.com and make your voice heard now more than ever. Absolutely. Well, thank you. That's good information.
Thank you.
What else do you have for us?
Well, we both have our masks
We
right
have
in
our
front of
little
us,
masks,
right?
yes.
As the public probably has heard, the direction out there is to consider gloves, obviously, when
Right.
you're out and about, and certainly even in an office environment where you're touching a lot of material. Wearing gloves, wearing masks, it's a protection for you. It's a protection for other people.
Right.
Going outside now, the expectation and the suggestion is that everybody that's going out and about to go to the market or anything should wear protective activities like a mask. I have goggles even downstairs that some people are recommending that you wear goggles along with the mask. All of this is a protection, and that spacing, distancing, all of it is to slow down again the curve and flatten the curve with regards to not spreading this very, very, very difficult to handle virus. And it is something that we need to all be super vigilant about and take every activity that we can to slow this thing down. The village is doing great. I will tell you that one of the pleasant things I see when I open up the information every day from the county is that we're still not listed as having cases over 5, and that's
Right.
so important because, and I think it comes down to the age bracket that we are. As much as they are the high risk, I think they also have gone through a lot in their life, and they understand to follow rules, and they're doing that. They're staying home. They're not engaging in activities other than what they have to.
Right.
I also wanted to mention that we've been in conversation with Stater Brothers to see if we can increase the amount of drop off for people and or delivery at home. Stater Brothers has been a great partner in this too. So, partnering with Stater Brothers and the businesses across the street, and they're concerned about the Ayers too. They don't want to have that here.
Oh, yeah.
And so, working with them, working with the city, we're there for the community, and I want the community to know that we're doing everything we can to try to stop the Ayers from being occupied.
Well, thank you very much for the information. Have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Monday with new info.
Thank you very much, Lisa.
All right, take it easy. And remember, give Lisa Bartlett a call or an email. We'll be right back after this.